Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack insights from, well, stacks of information, really, all tailored for you.
That's right.
And today, we're tackling something that I think consistently shows up as a major headache for businesses.
Oh, yeah.
Health insurance premiums. Just
Yeah.
the relentless upward climb.
Yes, that constant pressure.
Exactly. And trying to keep your good employees, without completely breaking the bank. It's a real tightrope walk.
It is. It's like a recurring nightmare for employers, isn't it? They just dread that annual notice.
The premium's going up again.
Right. And there's seemingly no way out. So what happens? They end up, having to make tough choices.
It's like reducing the benefits.
Reducing benefits or charging employees more. Sometimes both, year after year.
And when that's all you can do, trying to keep people loyal, it's tough. It feels like you're fighting a losing battle sometimes.
Definitely challenging when that's the only tool in your toolbox.
But what if?
Yeah.
What if there was another way? Maybe something a bit, counterintuitive.
Okay, I'm listening.
Our deep dive today, it's looking into what our sources are calling the secret sauce.
Secret sauce, huh? Intriguing.
Yeah, it's a strategy that claims it can kind of flip the whole script, not by finding new money, but by restructuring the benefits you already have.
Okay, restructuring. And the core idea there.
The core idea is pretty bold, actually. It's the possibility of offsetting, maybe even completely funding your dental plan.
Funding the dental plan.
How?
Just by strategically adjusting your medical plan.
Ah, okay. So tweaking the medical side to pay for dental.
Exactly. The sources basically say you're already paying for it somehow within your medical plan. It's just hidden.
Already paying for it. So it's about finding that value, unlocking it.
Right. Optimizing what's sitting right there. Okay, so let's dig in. This employer dilemma, rising costs, retention struggles.
Wow.
Why is it so critical now?
Well, like you said, it's that annual dread. Premiums go up
Every single year.
every year. And
Yeah.
employers often feel, powerless. No real solutions seem obvious.
So they're forced to react. Either dilute the benefit package.
Which employees definitely notice.
Oh, absolutely. Or they shift more of the cost burden onto the employees themselves just to keep things afloat.
And if your benefits package feels like it's just getting weaker and weaker, attracting and especially keeping top talent, that gets incredibly hard.
It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket, yeah.
And what's really striking, reading through our sources, is the claim that many health brokers,
The advisors, yeah.
the advisors employers rely on for this stuff, they often don't seem to know about this secret sauce.
That is a key point in the material. It suggests this isn't, common knowledge.
Which makes this deep dive pretty important, I guess.
Exactly. Because the fundamental idea, according to the research, is that you can restructure your medical plan in a way that it effectively pays for your dental plan.
Okay, it sounds simple when you put it like that, so why isn't everyone doing it? Why is it a secret?
That's the big question, right? The sources seem to think it's maybe lack of awareness,
Just not knowing.
or maybe just sticking to the old ways, the traditional fully insured plans they're used to.
Inertia, maybe?
Could be. But the sources are really emphatic. They state, you're already paying for it with your medical plan.
Right.
The goal isn't finding new cash. It's about redirecting what you're already spending.
Reallocating it.
Yeah, to cover dental costs and maybe even more.
Okay, so let's get practical. How does this actually work? Let's say for a smaller company, maybe, 15 to 200 employees. What's step one?
Right. For that size group, the first move the sources describe is choosing a higher deductible medical plan.
Higher deductible, like how high?
For example, maybe moving to a $6,000 deductible plan with their current, fully insured carrier.
Okay, a standard carrier, but just picking a higher deductible option.
Exactly. And just to clarify, fully insured is that traditional model where the insurance company takes on all the claim risk.
Got it. So you make that switch. What happens immediately? What's the big win there?
The immediate payoff is typically a big drop in the premium, often around, say, 30%.
30%, that's significant.
It is. And the strategy banks on a statistical reality
Which is?
that for many companies, a large chunk of their employees, often more than half, they don't actually use a lot of outpatient healthcare, regular office visits, lab tests.
Right. Most people don't hit their deductible, let alone their out-of-pocket max.
Precisely. So that higher deductible plan acts more like strong protection against big catastrophic events.
Okay. And that frees up those premium dollars you saved.
That's the key.
Okay, so you've saved 30%. But you can't just leave employees facing a potential $6,000 bill out of pocket, right?
Yeah.
How does the employer handle those initial costs below the deductible?
No, absolutely not. That wouldn't work. This is where the clever part comes in.
Okay.
The employer often using what's called a third-party administrator, or TPA.
A TPA, right.
Or they might set up an HRA, a health reimbursement arrangement. Basically, they take charge of paying those initial outpatient costs themselves,
Using the savings.
using the premium savings they just generated. They cover the typical office visits, the lab tests, things that fall under that big deductible. And they also use those savings to manage the costs if someone does, have a hospitalization up to a certain point.
I see. So the employer is essentially self-funding that first layer of costs below the main deductible.
You got it. They're taking on a bit of predictable risk using money they saved up front.
And then, according to the sources, the Viola moment, after covering those initial claims,
Yes,
there are still net savings left over.
that's what the material indicates. Enough savings to cover the cost of a really good dental plan, and maybe even have some left beyond that.
Wow. That's a complete turnaround from just dreading the annual increase. You actually find a surplus.
It really is a shift. And that realization, that aha moment, that's what makes this strategy so powerful for employers.
It's not just plugging a hole, it's creating an opportunity.
Right. And it's not just about covering the dental plan cost. It's about making the whole benefits package better.
How so?
With those savings, employers can actually upgrade. They can offer what the sources call the Ultimate Premier Dental Plan.
Ultimate Premier Dental. Sounds impressive. What does that actually mean for the employee? What kind of perks are we talking about?
Well, this upgraded plan, based on the sources, it's pretty rich.
Like
Covering 3 cleanings a year, maybe 4 periodontal cleanings, all at 100%.
okay, that's better than standard.
And here's a big one. An unlimited calendar year maximum for major dental work.
Unlimited max.
On dental. That's what the sources describe. It makes a huge difference in the value employees perceive. I mean, wouldn't you rather have that?
Absolutely. Employees would definitely notice that. They'd love it.
Yeah, you'd think so.
So it really looks like a win-win. The employer cuts overall costs, and the employees get significantly better benefits. But you mentioned, and then some earlier, it's not only about the dental, is it?
No, that's the other piece. The sources suggest the medical plan itself can often be improved too.
With the same savings.
Yes, because you've restructured things. You might have enough room to make the medical plan cover 100% after that initial deductible is met.
Ah, so zero coinsurance after the deductible.
Exactly. Which is something many employers strive for anyway, but often can't afford under the old model.
So the secret sauce isn't just about dental funding. It's about unlocking funds to improve both medical and dental.
That seems to be the full picture, yes. It leads to this outcome: reduced costs and superior benefits that, frankly, many employers just haven't seen before.
And that directly hits that retention problem we talked about. Better benefits make people want to stay.
It certainly helps. It moves benefits from being a point of frustration to a real positive.
Okay, this makes a lot of sense for that 15,200 employee group. How does it work for bigger companies? Does the strategy scale up?
Oh, absolutely. It scales.
Yeah.
For larger employers, the core concept is pretty similar.
But maybe different numbers.
Yeah. They typically use much larger deductibles. Think $10,000 per employee, maybe even higher.
$10,000 deductible, okay.
And doing that, it really sets them on a path that helps them graduate, you could say, into partial self-funding.
Okay, so the secret sauce, for them, it's presented almost like a stepping stone, a mini step towards partial self-funding.
That's exactly how the sources frame it.
Can you just quickly remind us what exactly is partial self-funding?
Sure. So partial self-funding is basically where a larger company decides to take on a measured amount of the financial risk for its employees' health claims itself.
Instead of paying a fixed premium for everything.
Right. They'll cover, say, the first chunk of claims, maybe up to a certain dollar amount per person. But they still buy insurance called stop-loss insurance to cover really large catastrophic claims above that level.
So they manage the predictable risk, insure against the unpredictable.
Precisely. And it gives them way more flexibility, more control over the plan design, and usually significant potential for cost savings in the long run compared to being fully insured.
Got it. That makes sense. And connecting back to the brokers, the sources wrap this up with a pretty punchy line aimed at advisors who don't bring this strategy up.
Yes.
You're fired.
Yeah, pretty blunt.
It really underscores the point, doesn't it?
It does. It's a powerful way to say, look, if your current advisor isn't bringing these kinds of strategic options to the table,
You might be missing out.
you might be missing out big time on savings, on better benefits, on happier employees.
Well, this has been really eye-opening. This deep dive, it's definitely uncovered a fascinating, maybe overlooked way to handle benefits.
It seems that way.
The core idea seems really clear now. Strategically adjusting your medical deductible can unlock serious premium savings.
Yeah, that's the engine.
And those savings aren't just savings for savings' sake. They let employers fund much better dental, maybe even better medical benefits, too.
Right. Turning a cost center into a value driver.
It seems like a really potent tool against those constant retention worries and that awful cycle of rising costs and shrinking benefits.
It really does. What we found in the sources, it makes a strong case that you can take money you're already spending
Uh-huh.
and just reallocate it to get a much, much better result.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes you look at your current budget differently, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Which leads to a final thought for you, our listener.
Hmm.
The sources here suggest you might be already paying for better benefits if you just restructure things. So the question is, where else? In what other parts of your work or even your life might you be already paying for solutions you just haven't seen yet?
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe just by looking at the resources you already have in a new way, challenging how things are normally done. Something to think about.
Definitely something to ponder.
Until our next deep dive.